Imagine being in a scenario where you experience firsthand what it's like to duck bullets. Would you be ready to fight back? Fox 2's Randy Whibley got to experience it for himself tonight. And Randy, how did it go?
Taryn, I'll be totally honest with you. I did not do nearly as well as I thought I would going into it. Now, we did a similar story about a year ago with the shoot, no-shoot simulator at a Citizens Police Academy. In that situation, we were shooting at a screen with a modified handgun. Tonight, I was interacting with real people with real guns that shoot real bullets.
No, man, it's not. My car's further down.
Stephen Bari is trying to get back to his car when two men confront him and try to pick a fight before one of them grabs a gun. It's a real-life situation that's almost impossible to train for until now.
Yeah, it is the next evolution in training, and it's as close to real as we can possibly get.
Bill Kusick, owner of Action Impact Gun Ranges, will soon roll out a new training system for both civilians and those in law enforcement. The trainees and actors use real guns loaded with real bullets and get a feel for what it's like to be in a real gunfight.
For me, even having a ton of shooting experience, right, some of it, I don't want to say goes out the window, but in a stress scenario, you kind of stop thinking about all that.
And that's where stress kills. Literally.
You saw a situation in Oklahoma where an officer thought he was grabbing his taser. Instead, he grabbed his gun and shot somebody. So that's because that officer stressed at that point in time. So exposing officers to this will get a lot of that bad stuff out of the way. We'll discover it in advance, and then we can take corrective action. We put multi-races into our scenarios, and what we're trying to determine, do you have a preconceived notion to shoot somebody of a race simply because of their race? And if we can identify some of those biases, as you referred to them, then we can correct them.
Even though a ballistic wall separates the trainee and actors, they're still able to come face to face, engage one another, and if it comes to it, use their guns.
One thing to stand on the range and shoot at a target, but when you're confronted with a person and your brain is going, you're thinking, you're talking, it's a whole different scenario.
I went through 3 scenarios. The first 2 I tried to duck behind cover when the actor went for his gun. In the third, I drew and fired as soon as I saw him reach for it.
Now, I will say this, the last go around, you had a couple under your belt, and what I did notice was your draw was a lot faster. You were more mentally prepared.
That's the value of this training, so that we can stress you, find a way to correct you, so that in a real-life situation, perhaps it will save your life. And when I say we want to save lives, I'm not kidding. I want to save officers' lives. I want to save civilians' lives.
Now, Bill Kusick says he already has several police departments here in Metro Detroit interested in getting involved and now taking this training. He hopes to roll this out sometime this summer. Hugh, Taryn?
Randy Bill knows what he's talking about. He's been on the streets. But, you know, a lot of us look at the spy movies and the police films, and we think we can do it. It is tougher than it looks in real life.
A lot tougher than it looks in real life. In fact, Bill Kusick, he told me some stories and seeing police officers do some of this training and surprised at times at how poorly at times many of them performed and how they operated under this kind of pressure, under this kind of stress. So he says this is something that's really needed to really up the game of police officers and also of civilians who choose to carry weapons.
Absolutely. Split-second decisions that could be life and death. All right, Randy, thank you.